You learn faster when it hurts. Pain has a funny way of teaching you things that, in a way that comfort never could. Pain teaches you because you feel it and you remember it. It leaves something with you. Whereas comfort, you don't really truly learn anything. You just kind of like a lesson. It's kind of like somebody telling you what to do and you kind of brush it off, like your parents or grandparents or whatever. You just kind of, they're just saying stuff. But when you actually face the repercussions, you actually feel something, that hot stove that you were taught not to touch, grabbing a cat by its tail like you were told not to do, doing something on the bicycle with no pads and you fall and scrape your knee, elbows, different things like these, you feel it and you learn the lesson. And you might need to learn it a couple of times, honestly. But that pain is what teaches you. And if you want to use it in a longer, like in a more, I guess, mature way, that heartbreak taught you a lot. It taught you potentially the type of person you don't want to date or have not to be in a relationship, whether it's you or the person that you're talking to. But let's say that heartbreak ended because of somebody getting cheated on, betrayal. It taught you what betrayal is, which now you can find out what loyalty truly is, because you need the opposite to know what the other is. You need happiness and sadness, because how do you know which one's which? How do you know what the opposite is? You need good, you need evil, you need love, you need hate. You need the opposites. I don't know what that's called. I don't feel like Googling it right now. But so many people hide from pain. But pain is just a teacher. And it's our best teacher. Even though it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel great in the moment. It barely feels great at all. But until you can reflect on the lessons and know, hey, this made me stronger. This made me tougher. This made me more resilient. This made me smarter. This made me learn something to where I can be more efficient going forward. Then that lesson was a blessing. That teaching was a blessing. And pain's the best teacher. It's just a fact. Because you have to learn things the hard way. That's life. You have to fall. When you're a baby, it's encouraged. It's encouraged and like you're cheered on. Everybody's trying to watch you make your first steps. People are filming it. All this good stuff. But you fall tons of times as a baby. But then it's like as you get older, your mistakes aren't cheered for anymore. You aren't really encouraged to make mistakes. Literally year by year as you get older. As early as trying to get potty trained, you'll get celebrated if you make it to the potty on time. But if you start, say you use the bathroom 20 times in a row, you're celebrated, but then you do pee the bed again. You might get in trouble. You might get a little bit of, yelling at. But it just seems like over the years, we get it beat out of us almost. So, I don't know. Stay a child at heart is kind of what I'm trying to say, is like embrace that beginner mindset. Embrace that pain is a good thing. And don't make the same mistakes, 20 times, 3 times, 4 times. But if you make a mistake once or twice, you're still learning how to walk. You might be learning how to walk in your job. You might be learning how to walk in a relationship. You might be learning how to walk in your mental health journey, in your spiritual health journey. You might be learning how to walk in the gym or whatever, using that as a metaphor. Like you're just learning. You're new to it. You have never experienced it before. You're not going to be great at everything that you do that you first start. You're going to be bad at it, honestly. You're going to suck. You're going to be a beginner, and it's okay. But don't hide away from pain. And then going back to being raised as a kid or life, embrace discipline. Discipline is a form of pain in a way, because when we think of discipline, we think of sacrifice, we think of hurt, we think of, I got to give up eating how I want to eat. I got to force myself awake to go to the gym. And discipline's like a form of pain in a way, but it's a good pain. It's a pain that's building you towards something. It's a pain that gives you a result. It gives you a reward at the end. If you truly stay disciplined throughout the time, if you stay consistent throughout the time, you'll receive it. So stop being afraid of pain. Stop being afraid of discipline and just embrace it. Just say, you know what? I'm going to do this and it's going to suck and I'm going to be okay because I'm going to be better for it. My physical health is going to be better for it. My mental health is going to be better for it. My relational health and relationships are going to be better because of it. My spiritual walk with God's going to be better because of it. My bank account, my finances are going to be better because of it. My career, my business is going to be better because of it. Because you have to go through the hard things. You have to go through the lessons. You have to go through things that challenge you to make you grow. That's it. If you want to make muscle and build muscle in the gym, everybody knows you have to tear your muscles. When you're lifting weights and doing that, your muscles are tearing, and then they're basically recovering, and they grow back. They come back bigger. They come back stronger. And that's what you have to do in all of your life. You have to be broken down. You have to strength train. You have to mentally strength train. You have to do it, in your finances, to be financially disciplined. You have to be, depending on your relationship, you have to fill that person with their love language. You have to give that person commitment and loyalty if you have a closed, exclusive relationship and you want it to be something great like a marriage. So there's so much I could talk about, but just know that you learn things the fastest when it hurts. So stop avoiding pain. Let it hurt and let you learn your lessons quick. When you rather learn the lessons of having a Greek god body, of having a happy marriage, of being a millionaire, of being a CEO of a company or high-level manager, of all these different kind of lessons, when you want to learn those faster, or do you want to delay? Would you rather be a millionaire at 30 or 65? Would you rather get married and have a family that's healthy, thriving, on the way to building that home at, in your 20s to 40s, or do you want it at 70? Like, do you want to have good health while you can still enjoy it in your youth? Or do you want to look back and wish that you worked out and took care of your body sooner, now that you're 50 and can barely touch your toes or do anything or walk without pain? So it's all a choice, and it's all about embracing it. And just know that the lessons that hurt the most, they just teach you the most, and they teach you faster. They'll teach you stuff that's going to put you ahead, and you'll be the person that's 25 years old and people are like, man, you sound like you're 50. You act like you're 50. And you're just like, yeah, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of hard lessons. Or same thing, you'll be 30 and they'll think you're 60. Basically what I'm saying, they'll think you're wise beyond your years. So if you're 40, 50, 60 years watching this, I don't know. But anyway, this is a long message. So that was kind of the message. This was Consistency Day 345. Hope you got something from this message. If you did, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.